When an egg floats in water, it doesn't mean it's rotten. It means it's old. There is a little egg. There is a little air sac in every single egg. Actually, it's this side. There's an air sac in every single egg. This is also a permeable membrane. The shell is permeable. The membrane is permeable, and air can get in there. And over time, that air increases. And so what that's going to do is it's going to decrease the density of the overall egg. A regular egg with a small air sac sinks. It sinks because the force of gravity is greater than that of the force of buoyancy of water, because the density of water is somewhat close to the density of the liquid in here. Now, when the air gets bigger, then the air sac makes this a less dense object than water. So when the air sac gets big, when it gets big, that's because it's old. It's just let a lot of air into this permeable membrane. So this air sac gets big, and therefore it no longer has the mass times 9.81 meters per second squared pulling it down, and it can no longer defeat the buoyancy force of water pushing it up. Therefore, it goes to the top. I did have a video of doing that for over 20 dozen here, but you'll have to see that another time. But in the sink here, I have all my good eggs. And again, the ones that float are not rotten eggs. They're just old eggs where air has come in. So I'm going to wash this now, these 20 dozen eggs now. And as the sun is going down on us here, the dog and I, Riker and I, are going to wash these eggs. Let's let these eggs dry. Pause for a moment. That was a beautiful egg in there. This yolk, really dark, really beautiful. I did break it. My point isn't to preserve every one of these eggs. I could be more careful and preserve all of these yolks. If you want me to do another video, you can ask me to do that. I can crack. All right, mosquitoes are out here in Ontario. The neighbors have some sort of party going on with really good music, so I'm happy. Okay, there we have it. Thanks for sticking with me. 20 dozen eggs going into the freezer for the winter time. Now, I'm a reasonably intelligent person, and if you're following me, I hope you're reasonably intelligent as well. So you should be asking the questions. How long did that take me? Well, it took me from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So that's 4 hours. 4 hours to process to see which ones are fresh and which ones aren't fresh. Get rid of the ones that aren't fresh, and I'll boil them up later for the hens. The ones that were fresh, I washed them all. I washed 20 dozen eggs, and I opened them all, and I packaged them in 5 eggs per bin. I use sandwich bags to save money instead of frozen like freezer bags. I will take these, I will freeze all of these sandwich bags until they come out really nice and flat, and then I will take the frozen freezer sandwich bags and I will put them in freezer bags. So that's a lot of labor, 4 hours of labor. It's saving me $100 next winter time. $100 divided by 4 hours of labor is $25 an hour, which isn't too bad, but taken into the account that we take care of these chickens twice a day. We feed them every time we order feed. It's once every 3 weeks, and I pay about $160 every 3 weeks to feed these hens. It's not worth it to freeze eggs for the winter. It's much more financially viable to buy eggs over the winter time for $6 a dozen for good eggs, or $10 a dozen for good eggs. So why am I doing this? Because I actually thought it was a very nice way to spend a Saturday night here in Ontario under my patio lanterns with nothing else to do. So thank you for joining me. I have frozen 20 dozen eggs here in Ontario. We'll put them beside our raspberries, which are a little bit more financially viable. But so did this cost me money? Yes. Did I have fun doing it? Yes. Thank you for joining me. Okay, couple more things. Would I do that inside? No. Am I happy I have an outdoor kitchen to do this? Yes, it's very fun. And here's the state of my sink afterwards. So there's some shells from the hens that we raise, that we've bred for about 7 generations of different breeds of hens. I think their shells are really pretty. That's 20 dozen eggshells right there in that sink. Kind of neat. I'm gonna mush all this up. We want to keep all the nutrients we can. I'm gonna mush all this up, and I'm going to stick it in our compost pile. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.